Wow, that was a nice set of films. For the ones who are new here, my name is Aresta, and I'll be conducting a short Q&A with the makers that are here with us today. First of all, a big round of applause for all the And also, of course, we want to thank all of us, me also. We want to thank Jack for hosting this event again and again for the fifth time and making it wonderful and giving these filmmakers the chance to present their films with an amazing audience, full house and everything. So one big round of applause for
Thank you.
Well, we have here with us the maker of Metamorphosis, Andreas from Riet. Yes, big round of applause. And Sando Heijnen van wat was dat? Doe eens mens. Come in the middle. It's not about me, it's about you. Well, I would like to look at the audience first. Any burning questions from your side? Eenmaal, allemaal. Let's start with you, Andreas. Metamorphosis was Andreas' film, the first one. I don't know if any of you has read the Metamorphosis of Franz Kafka, but Andreas, tell us more. What did you like the most about Franz Kafka's Metamorphosis, and how did it inspire you to make this film?
I really just fell in love with not just Metamorphosis, but all of his work. I love the way he used the world. It really clicked with me. I think everyone has a couple of artists that sort of really speak to them, and you feel like you almost have a connection that you can't really explain, but it's just a way of seeing the world. I guess it's his, I don't know, when I read him, I read his philosophy in every little detail and thing, and it really feel that, and I wanted to put that to screen how I viewed it. The Metamorphosis specifically because I feel like it's his most misunderstood work. It's his most famous, but everyone just shows a cockroach or a beetle, and that's what everyone thinks about it. I kind of disagree that that's the point. So I want to hopefully, if people know people will know the story, but if people have read it, maybe look at it in a different way now. Reread it.
Okay. What would you think that is most misunderstood about this story?
The humanity. That's why I started with the question, was he an animal? That music touched him, so it's a very human story. The title is kind of ironic. It says the Metamorphosis, but there's no transformation. From the first sentence, Gregor is Gregor, and we actually get to know him more as a human as the story develops. That's why I portrayed him as a human. Yeah, I think that was missing from a lot of people's, I don't know, at least how it's talked about and depicted.
Okay, thank you. Sando, going to your film, Du ins Mens, also a very rare type of theme. What inspired you to make this film?
This film is a 48-hour, first of all, so we just also had to come up with something in the night. But mostly inspired us is, so if you take the alien trope and use normal humans for that, what is it then? What kind of culture? If you take that away, what are you left with? What do you not know necessarily by having this body? You have no clue about what a hairdryer is and that you shouldn't throw it in water. It's pretty dangerous. You don't know that. But mostly what it's inspired on is to ask to take things that we do with animals that another species does on us, and how that would look, and how weird and absurd it would feel. But we think that's so for granted to do that with animals. So to not care about the humans at all, so to just kill them and whatever. That's also why the mosquito is in there. But yeah, it's those two teams that we started with. Yeah.
How many projects have you made so far?
So I made a couple of school things, and then I made 3 48 hours, of which this is the second. 4 actually, sorry, but I'm editing that now. And then there's 2 projects in development, which are like bigger things, which I really want to get out there, because now I'm just showing stuff that I made in a weekend, and like I could do so much better. But yeah, so something like that.
And would you say that this type of teams is characterizing for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think I wanna. Well, I mean, I really like making fun of humans in a way, because I think there's quite a lot of stupid stuff we do, and especially our superiority. I really like to tackle that in a sense. But yeah, I mostly want to, or I see if I make more, that I'm mostly trying to combine humor with sort of scariness and a sort of satire or some kind of critique, and merge that into something that is somewhat ambient and searching, but also makes you somewhat uncomfortable, while still also be sort of entertaining, instead of just like, oh, what is this? So yeah, I think that's like the teams and repeatedly working with, kind of.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Wow, we look forward to it. And going back to you, Andreas. So you're the director, you're the writer, and you are also the playing the main character, Gregor. How did you approach all of these roles within this project?
Well, I had an actor first, but that's the risk you take when you make something that's no budget, there's no contracts, it's just like, can you do this? Yes, thank you. But then last minute they can decide, actually, I don't want to be seen crawling on the floor and embarrassing myself. So I was like, okay. So he cancelled, like, did that last minute.
It's not an actor. It's not an actor.
No, but that's the thing as well. You have to. I mean, obviously my mum's in it, grandpa's in it. Most people like the actors because I put them on the screen. But
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What is the relationship with Kafka and his father? And is there a comparison between you and your father?
I wouldn't go there. I wouldn't say that. I feel like this is something you can only talk about if you know Kafka personally. I really don't. I mean, I've read the letter to his father, but I think it's more about. I think what Kafka reflects on when. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to speak like I know him, but for me, the father figure in this film, it stands more for.
It's an antagonist. No?
Yes. It's not, but it doesn't necessarily. It could be a lot of things.
Yes,
to me, it's more. It's a sort of more existential problem.
The world.
I mean, that's what, like, from the first sentence, he's doomed. He was born as this in our minds. We read him, and he's this monster. For me, the father is just. I don't know. I can't. It's just the figure above. That's just. The God who made him that way and like punished him. I don't know. It's just It's not necessarily there's different ways of looking at it, but yeah.
Comparing with you and your father, you got nothing.
Yeah.
You got a good relationship with your father.
Yeah.
Any other questions from the audience?
I was wondering who was the young man we saw like a couple times in the pictures. That I like a couple of times you saw the bathing or something? That's him. Oh, okay.
That's Gregor.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
that's you actually.
my face like photoshopped it, yeah. In it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't even see that. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
You did too good a job of that.
Sorry?
You did too good a job of that.
Okay.
Well, Sando, is Hannah also here?
No.
How did the writing process go? I mean, I know how challenging a 48-hour project is, but how quick did you guys come up with this story?
Pretty quickly actually. So I met Hannah in this project, and
Oh, really?
we're in fourth now. And we figured out we really like the same stuff and the same kind of atmosphere. So we came up with it pretty quickly. Then we made it. And then there was that, and then I wanted to re-edit it, and I was like, it doesn't work. It's not a movie. So I re-edited it forever, kind of, and then I went back to Hannah to write the first scene. So the first scene before the war, what am I saying? The world in the bed is like written and shot months after it, just to kind of like glue it together and make some sort of connections with the characters. But yeah, I love writing with Hannah. It's just super. It's like a dynamic thing. It's like we throw things at each other, and I love it. Yeah.
Good to hear. Let a quick note in between. Sando and Hannah, they pitched their project in 2023, it was, right?
Yeah.
For the Limburg film pitch at Cinesud. Cinesud is a small, well, not so small anymore, but a film hub in the south of the Netherlands for young filmmakers, new filmmakers, and they have lots of activities such as labs, script labs, film labs, residency sessions, but also pitching forums. So if you have projects in mind, I would say look up Cinesud and see if they can mean something for you. Yes.
Question to both of you guys. Have you seen the rest of the films in this festival, and do you guys understand why these 4 films are put together in one program? How do you guys compare each of those films to each other?
Well, I guess.
Perhaps a question for.
It's more, yeah, maybe more question for Jack.
I'm not the subject here. I liked how these 4 films fitted together because there was this kind of running theme of otherness and navigating humanity in each of them. There was also this kind of like running theme, it seemed, of something sinister lurking beneath the skin of something seemingly more innocent, or even something kind of exploitative, using a kind of that image of innocence to its advantage, to take advantage of someone. So those are why I paired all 4 of those films.
I saw another question, I think, in the audience or not? Yes.
Question for you. Is there a specific kind of filmmakers that inspire you?
Yeah, for sure. There's a certain branch of this one academic called it European absurdism, I think, and it's like Quentin Dupieux, Alex van Warmerdam. My head is empty, obviously. I really like the Coen brothers. I'm forgetting a lot of them. Yorgos Lanthimos, I adore. But it's like real but weird, but it could happen. And sort of distant is what I kind of like, because I think that's scarier or more intriguing than fakeness.
Horror. Do I go to horror?
Nah, it's not. Yeah, I mean, maybe there's some horror elements in there, but I like horror that's horror. Nah, it can be horror-y, maybe, but I don't know if it's pure scary in that sense. No. Yeah.
Okay, one last question for Andreas. Any future projects of you that we can look forward to?
Yes. Nothing necessarily planned at the moment. I'm in my final year of like film school, and we have a don't know if that's going to get made after pitch. And then after film school, I want to make I'm planning to make an improvisational feature film that sort of goes against everything I've learned at film school to get out of my
Okay.
system.
Interesting. Nice.
Sick.
Well, good luck with that.
Thank you.
Any questions? Last questions from the audience? No? A very big round of applause. For